I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Alter Ego Comics TV for the week of February 29th, 2012. It's Leap Day. Only happens on a Wednesday every 24 years, I think. So the next one is 2040, for those of you keeping score. We're not, really. But welcome to the new format, the new look of Alter Ego Comics TV. We definitely want your feedback in the comments below, positive or negative, and it hopefully will be positive, or bad things will happen everywhere. We'll kick things off this week with Amazing Spider-Man number 680. This is the first part of Spidey in Space, which is a whole lot of fun. Dan Slott is still writing the best Spider-Man in years, and we've got Spider-Man having to take a shuttle up to a space station where John Jameson is working, son of J. Jonah Jameson, the current mayor of New York City, which is just crazy for those of you who haven't read a Spider-Man comic book in a while. And he catches a ride with Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, who is back from the dead. So if you need more information on that, please come in and we'll fill you in on everything that happens. Actually, you may learn some of it later in this episode. But so you've got a Human Torch Spider-Man adventure in space. You've got the Sinister Six working behind the scenes, and that's going to come to a head in a storyline that's in the very near future and looks to be a whole lot of fun as well. So again, if you've been watching this for a while, you know my love of Amazing Spider-Man with Dan Slott writing it, and this week was no different.
Yeah, so Horizon Labs, who developed a time-traveling device last week, now has trouble with space, but they call the Fantastic Four and they just like get in their car and go.
That's the way the Marvel Universe works.
Also up on the trade front, this week we have Carnage Family Feud. This collects the Carnage miniseries from earlier this year, written by Zeb Wells with art by Clayton Crane, and it's a great setup for the current Carnage USA series. Essentially, this brings Carnage back into the forefront of the Marvel Universe. It brings him back from the dead, essentially, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of an Iron Man Spider-Man team-up story that slowly develops the Carnage character, and it's a great read, especially if you've been enjoying the current Carnage USA.
Staying with Marvel, we'll switch over to Moon Knight number 10. This is a series that will be ending in 2 issues because none of you bought it. I'm sorry. It is the best work that Brian Michael Bendis is doing right now, hands down. I mean, the guy writes 27 books at Marvel, and
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Alright, maybe Ultimate Comic Spider-Man is the best, but Moon Knight is a close second. It's just so different, and it's nice to see Bendis and Alex Maleev working together again, the team that kind of revived Daredevil. And I can't tell you anything without giving stuff away. I mean, big stuff happens in this book, folks. Ultron, let me throw that name out there. It's going to be, Bendis has this big Ultron plan, which is going to show up in Avengers somewhere down the road, and he's I guess, sowing the seeds of Ultron in Moon Knight. And there's the death of an Avenger. You know, so you might want to check it out, but you may not be able to find a copy because, again, it's not selling really well. So those of you that are watching this outside of Allen County, Ohio, hit your local comic book store and grab a copy of Moon Knight. We do have the first volume in collected edition, so you can check that one out. But I'm sorry to see Moon Knight go. It's been so fun. I can't wait to see how things get wrapped up in the next 2 issues.
Now, since we had 5 Wednesdays this month, very few DC books shipped this week, we're going to hit you with a few things you might have missed, which includes the FF Volume 4 by Jonathan Hickman. I'm sorry, it's Fantastic Four Volume 4 by Jonathan Hickman, which features the story leading up to and includes the death of Johnny Storm, which was really just one of my favorite FFF arcs of the last couple years, and it led into the splitting of the book, the Future Foundation, and the subsequent return of Johnny Storm. But the method of his return was plausible and good, and it really doesn't detract from the awesome power of this story. It's really some of Hickman's finest work, and it's definitely worth a look.
I have to second that, and while I haven't read all of Hickman's stuff, I think that comic book fans will look back at Jonathan Hickman's run on Fantastic Four down the road as one of the all-time great runs. He has so many different plot threads going and has a great way of wrapping them up and bringing us back to them. And he's been writing that series for what, like 3 years? I mean, it's
yeah,
a while.
3 years. Yeah, he's coming up. He's almost done though, right? The next arc is his end.
I think so. What's his face? Humphreys? No, he's doing Ultimates. Never mind. Too many comic creators to keep track of. But it's not too late. You can jump on with any of the Fantastic Four by Hickman collected editions that we have. Justice League number 6 is the 800-pound gorilla of the DC Universe this week. Since it's a 5th week month, there are very few DC books, as Josh said, that have shipped. But issue number 6 is the wrap-up of the first story arc by Geoff Johns and Jim Lee. and they go out with a bang. You know, there is a knockdown, drag-out brawl in this issue that is awesome. The 7 members of the Justice League kind of formalize their relationship to a degree as a team, and they may not all be on the same page, and they may not all like each other, but that's okay, because this is the beginning. And also in this issue, we get a backup story featuring the mysterious hooded stranger that showed up post-Flashpoint in all the DC books, Pandora, which is also a popular online music streaming service, which is very, very good. Also
something about a box by some people. I don't know anything about that, though.
And Pandora gets, she actually interacts with the Phantom Stranger. So those of you that are big Phantom Stranger fans, this is his first appearance in the new DC universe. And they kind of set the stage for what's going to happen next. And it is very interesting, and I'm glad that they didn't just throw Pandora in some books and leave her alone. So check out Justice League number 6 for that.
We've also got new this week from DC on their short list is a very good title, Batman Beyond Unlimited number 1. This serves 2 purposes, really. It sort of fulfills the promise we were made of a Justice League Unlimited series, and it also picks up the threads that were remaining from the Batman Beyond series that ended with the Flashpoint and the resetting of everything. It's very good. If you're a fan of the Batman the Animated Series or the Batman the Animated Series Batman Beyond show, it's a lot of fun. It brings back all those characters. They're good with the characterizations. We get to see Barbara Gordon, who it actually makes sense now in the new universe that she's walking around as the Commissioner of Gotham. And we also have a backup story featuring the Justice League Unlimited. A lot of fun and worth every penny.
Next up is another series that none of you are reading that I really like, called The Cape, issue number 4. This is the final issue in this story arc, actually in this series, this mini-series. There have been hints that it may continue down the road, but for those of you just joining us, this is a comic book adaptation of a short story that writer Joe Hill published a number of years ago. Joe Hill, the son of Stephen King, and it was adapted into comic book form about 2 brothers who are normal up to a certain point when one of them becomes a psychomaniac. And he has a cape that's made out of a blanket as a child, which gives him the gift of flight. And it's very dark. It's not for everybody, but if you're a fan of Hill's work on Lock and Key, if you're a fan of films like American Psycho, things where your main character is just not playing with a full deck and is a very sick, twisted individual, then you would have liked this, but it's over now. And you didn't buy it, so you'll have to wait for the collected edition that comes out, but I highly, highly recommend you check it out.
Also on the front of books people actually read, Uncanny X-Force, The Dark Angel Saga Part 2. Uncanny X-Force has just been flying off the shelves. Rick Remender's been doing a great job reinventing the team and sort of just reinventing the status quo of the X-Men and of the X-Force team. Another key part here is that this actually sets up the Age of Apocalypse series that starts next week. We've got our X-Force team off in the Age of Apocalypse trying to find a demon seed or an earth seed, some sort of a seed that will prevent the apocalypse from coming and Apocalypse himself from coming. But a great read. We have all volumes of Uncanny X-Force currently in stock, and it's definitely worth your time.
Also on the collected edition front, we've got Punisher Volume 1 by Greg Rucka. You may recall that Punisher number 1 was my pick of the week when it came out many months ago. You probably don't recall that. I barely recall that. But the first volume is out now, and Punisher fans, you don't want to miss this. It's a little bit of a different take on the Punisher. The Punisher is a very kind of subdued character, kind of, sorta. I mean, he still is out there killing bad guys, but he's not a chatty Cathy. He's not a Spider-Man type of character. There's very little, he speaks very little in this series, and so you really get the gist of it through the supporting characters. And Greg Rucka is the writer on this, who did a bang-up job with Gotham Central. He's known for his noir books, his police books, and really brings that to this series and gives us a different type of Punisher book than we've seen before. But it still is perfect for those of you that liked Garth Ennis's run on Punisher or any of the previous runs on Punisher. This is out there, and it's waiting for you.
And also on the You Should Know front, we have highlighting an older book, Iron Man Noir is out in trade. The title of Iron Man Noir is not technically accurate. It's not actually a noir, it's more of a pulpy adventure story, and for most of the book he's not Iron Man. But it is written by Scott Snyder, whose name carries a lot of weight with us, and this is one of his first major publisher books, and it's very good. It's kind of a Tony Stark is Indiana Jones. He's off treasure hunting about, and there's a lot of great nods to Marvel continuity. You've got Tony running a pulp publishing business, and you see various covers of Tony versus MODOK and tie-ins to a bunch of classic Marvel characters. And it's a lot of fun, and we think you may have missed it, so you should check her out.
The new Avengers trailer was unleashed on the interwebs today, and everyone is talking about it. So I wanted to let everybody know that we have some new pop heroes in. Those are the little vinyl guys that have been very popular with everybody. From the Avengers movie, we have Captain America and Iron Man, and we will have the rest of the Avengers down the road. But those are here. They're affordable, they're fun, they're good for kids and adults, and they taste great with sprinkles. They are just really, really good. So keep checking back for new shipments on those things, because we have a ton that have been ordered. I went to the Toy Fair in New York a few weeks ago and placed a monster order with the manufacturer, so those will be trickling in the weeks ahead. So that is it. Again, this was the first episode of our new format. We hope you like it. Again, let us know in the comments below. And until next week, he's Josh.
He's Mark.
And this was Alter Ego Comics TV.